It's Michael De Silva, so I wanted to give you an update on the Shields saga, the family. I wanted to let you know that all the kids want to see me in the family. They want me back in the family. That's what they said outside in the hallway outside my door on Sunday. Um, Sean, they asked their mother, they said, well, Mom, we love him. We want to see him. And we want to come over. We want him in our family. And Sean just said, well, I don't want to talk to him. And they said, well, Mom, you don't have to talk to him. We want to talk to him. And they all said that they love me and want me back in the family right out there. And she said, okay, let's go, because she didn't want to talk about it. So, she's still being bitter and still clanking her fist and still kicking and screaming like she does, like a little girl. It's a rebellion. And she doesn't seem to love me at all. I mean, those are just words. They were lip service and nothing more about forgiveness and all that. That was all lip service. And besides, I didn't really do anything wrong anyway. You know, the daughter kept saying, he don't deserve this. He didn't do nothing wrong. She's exactly right, because it really the story, over time just kept changing 5 different times, 5 different ways from Sunday, and you know, it's just not true at all. So I admitted to something just so that they would stop talking about it, and it got me out of the family. I didn't want to be out of the family, but it did, because something like that, if somebody thought you did something like that, really, that is a serious accusation, and that would be serious enough to get you out of the family. I can understand why they acted the way they did, and why they did what they did, but I didn't do nothing to their daughter at all. And to be and even their daughter even kept saying that. It's just that the mother, Sean, don't want to hear it, and she just wants to hear what she wants to hear, and that's basically what her daughter told her what she wanted to hear. She always likes to put words in Jeremy's mouth and in the boy's mouth, and even in Beth Ann's mouth. So that's why this has happened, why it blew up like this, because she put me in some kind of cloud of suspicion and some kind of cloud of false accusations and lies. And she's got a history of lying a lot. Sean lies about a lot of things. She calls it justification. But really, a justification really is on its face really a lie. I mean, I've been saying stuff that's consistently the same today as I've said 5 years ago, and everything I've said about the account has been the same. But I hope we can work out our differences, and in spite of her mental illness that Sean has, I hope we can work out things, because she seems to be thinking, no matter what that I've done, according to the kids, that I've done something to her daughter, no matter what, even though the kids have said, all of them, including her daughter herself, has said I didn't do nothing to her. So that just goes to show you that there is mental illness there. It proves it, because she won't listen to us. She won't listen to reason. That's what the kids said. She's just dead set on this lie smear campaign on me, and she's mad and bitter and not acting like Christ-like or Christian at all. And so just pray for Sean, especially, that she gets help, whatever it comes in medicine form or counseling or all the above, and hope that she does get the help that she needs. And that's sort of like the news on that. Russia definitely is going to be going to war with the United States. It's very intimate, which means it could happen anytime. There has been news put out today, stating from Drudge Report, Infowars, just to name a few, BuzzFeed, that there will maybe a false flag confrontation that will look like Russia did something to the United States to rig the elections for Hillary Clinton versus Trump. And of course the headquarters that was for Trump was actually set on fire down in North Carolina yesterday. And of course, to me, that would be an act of terrorism, but you don't see the dinosaur media covering that now, do you? But it really did happen, folks. And of course, Clinton got on there and said, well, that was something that should not have happened. But if somebody destroyed one of her campaign quarters, I'm sure they would have had the FBI and everybody on that. But as far as when it was discovered that Trump campaign office was destroyed in North Carolina by a fire, was set on fire, set ablaze. Luckily, nobody was killed and never hurt. But the meaning, that's all they said. Just kind of dismissed it. And just said, oh, it's horrible that happened. But whatever. So that's just more from the Clintons' attitude. But anything they can do to rig the election with her recklessness of destroying stuff. So, we just wanted to tell you that, a lot of things are going on. And, it's just really a shame that people can't tell the truth anymore. We see that with Sean, and we see that with the Clintons. And they're not related, but, there's a lot of big disinformation and deception going on out there. So, hopefully we can, we don't have a war with Russia, because this war will be definitely a nuclear one at best. If we do have one, which could result in millions of people being killed here in the U.S. and abroad, if that does take place between now and the end of November. And it seems like Obama and Biden got on there, and they are, the Russian has, in response, had, we don't know if the U.S. closed the bank accounts with hacking, or did Russia do that as a preempt protection measure. Well, I think it's probably hacking that closed the bank accounts to all Russians over there, and and other things are being hacked. So I think our government's behind that assault, because they just want to have an excuse to blame somebody for their failed and inadequate policies that they came across, and that's what a lot of countries usually do, not just ours, but other countries, governments will do that too. They'll have an excuse to go to war when really there shouldn't be a war, because really what it's about is failed policies just to dissuade or distract the people of any country. They will go to war often for the excuse, for the sake of saying, to justify their recklessness in the policies that they had. So anyway, this is just some of the news stories that are going on. Please pray for the Shields. I hope we do get back together, because this is the truth about what's going on. And I love them. I don't hate them. I love the parents. I know if I was told something like that, I would act the same way as being a father and all. But it wasn't true. And I want to tell you that. And that's what I tried to tell you on the phone. But of course, the way you were acting, I didn't tell you that. That Beth Ann, I did ask her to do that. Not so I would be out of the family indefinitely or excommunicated, or disfellowshipped either. I did that because I was tired of all the smearing campaign that was going on, and all the lies and all the comments under Sean's breath, and all the innuendos and insinuations and comments that I heard her say to you that were rude and hurtful upstairs, about doctrine and about all this other stuff, and about, and I know that, Sean and Barbara were talking. I know the kids have been coming over here since February or March of this year, and they've been coming over to her house. And, I know that she's been putting a lot of stuff in their head and trying to brainwash them. And I know that, Sean's been trying to do that too, and it's wrong, because they don't need to hate me, because I didn't do anything to deserve it, just like Beth Ann says. I did not do anything wrong. It's not my fault. It's exactly what she says. It's from her mouth. She says that. She has said that many times over the last several months. And she said it recently, just a few weeks ago, to me through the door outside 2 weeks ago. So there you go. That's the news. And, there you go. That's the truth. So there, we're going to keep you up to date. Hopefully we'll have the Shields back on here and you'll see us work things out, because I think one way or another it's going to work out. But anyway, this is in the news. Michael Da Silva signing off. Independent Media, have a good night. Shalom.